Hey, welcome Facebook to another live broadcast, and welcome YouTube. It looks like we have both of you simultaneously, so let's cross our fingers and hope that this stays. So I have a new setup tonight, so I am going to do my best to make sure that I can make eye contact with both audiences at the same time, but I have a laptop and a phone working, so I apologize if it looks like my eyes are darting. I'm going to try to engage with both devices at the same time and do my best to make sure that this stays live. So tonight's topic is intermittent fasting a fad diet? And we are going to answer that question with a yes and a no, and it all pretty much is determined by the way you treat your intermittent fasting experience. So before we get started, I'd like to welcome you. My name is Diane Parham, and for the past 25 years, I have been helping women find nutritional plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And here in this community, we are doing that with intermittent fasting, and the majority of us are aging women in today's world, just trying to find our way around nutrition and achieve the goals that we are looking for to make sure that we are looking and feeling our best and living our most authentic life. So, how is it that we can incorporate something like intermittent fasting and not have it become a fad diet for us? So the best way to avoid doing anything that's a quote-unquote diet is to just stop following someone else's plan and learn how to listen to the signs and the signals that your body is sending you so that you can create your own nutritional life around the lifestyle that you want to live with your family and friends and the social life that you like to engage in. When we're following a quote-unquote fad diet, we are doing just that. We're following something that someone else has created without us being involved in the decision-making process. So that's often where intermittent fasting does become a fad diet for a lot of people. They just blindly follow a plan that someone else has developed without ever considering that individual person that's jumping in. A lot of times for women, that is where the frustration of not losing weight, not finding that hormonal balance, and not having an opportunity to deeply heal their bodies the way intermittent fasting is intended to do just such. So, figure out a way that you can separate yourself from the intermittent fasting fad diet world and really take some time to create a nutritional lifestyle that is going to adapt to what it is you're looking for yourself as an aging woman in today's world. All that really takes is for you to just slow down, breathe a little bit, and then listen to those signs and signals that your body is sending you, letting you know when you're doing something that your body does not like. When you get those signs and signals, and trust me, they are very loud and clear, we as a society have just been conditioned and taught to cover those symptoms up and oftentimes just medicate them to keep them at bay. I wouldn't even say medicate them away because they don't really ever go away. We just quiet them down. And then as soon as we stop taking our medication, they often flare up, or oftentimes when we're just medicating over symptoms, they become worse. And we end up kind of creating new symptoms and new signs that our body's sending us because of some of the side effects of what it is that we're doing to quiet down those signs and signals. The best thing that you can do is get rid of them altogether. And that is exactly what we're finding is happening with what we're doing in our community with intermittent fasting. So fasting does not have to be a fad diet, and it definitely shouldn't be a diet at all. It should be a lifestyle that you are creating for yourself so that you can finally live around food the way food is intended to be lived around. Remember, we're not supposed to be living off quick fixes. We're not supposed to be living off processed things. Those are things that were developed to just make our life easier in the short term. And now what we're finding as we're aging is that that easiness from the short term is often creating difficulties and hardships for us in the long haul. So we just have to go back to the basics. And oftentimes the basics for us as aging women is to just not eat so much and to really figure out what foods we need to balance out our hormones. Yes, our hormones get out of balance as we age because the needs that we have for our hormones change so drastically. What we need to do is learn how to adjust to those changes, and that's often done with nutrition and just creating some lifestyle changes that we can adhere to so that we can finally live happy with what it is that we want for our body, our physique, and our health in the long run. And it is achievable. It just takes a little bit of education and a little bit of patience and a little bit of just checking in with ourselves again as women. So I urge you, if you are feeling frustrated or you're feeling like you've done everything and you're ready to just throw in the towel, don't throw it in just yet. Give yourself the opportunity to learn a new way to live around food and to do some experimenting with your body by listening to those signs and signals and then seeing what kind of change you can create by not being a follower anymore, but being the leader of your own life and developing a plan for yourself that no longer is dependent on a fad diet. So the answer to the question tonight is a long one. It can be a short one. Yes, intermittent fasting can be a fad diet if you don't think about what you're doing and you blindly follow a pack of people who are following someone else. It doesn't have to be a fad diet if you take the time to figure out what your body needs at this stage of your life and you get creative and you listen to your body and you develop a nutritional system that will work for you based on what it is that you want for your life. And hopefully that is looking and feeling your best and then living your life most authentically. So I'm going to welcome you guys who have joined. We actually stayed live on 2 platforms tonight without crashing. So I'm super excited about that. I'm going to welcome you guys and then I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions that we might have. I'm going to start here on YouTube, which is right here. And then I'll jump on over to Facebook. Zabeth, Miss Liz, welcome. Doreen, welcome. Lisa, has she started? I did. Hopefully you are catching me. Hi there, love IF, because it's not a diet, it's a timing thing. Right, exactly. And we teach that in our course, that you don't have to give up foods or you don't have to necessarily live on a strict diet. You just change the timing in which you're introducing food to your body. And so that really does create a nice window for yourself to enjoy the foods that you want just by altering the time in which you are going to introduce food into your diet. Let's see. Linda, is rosehip oil for loose, wrinkly skin? I have no idea. That would be something you'd probably research. And then I always say, when you hear those things, experiment with them and see if it works. M. Hines, is it just me or are you freezing? I might be freezing a little bit. We're having some issues with connectivity, but hopefully you guys are fine. Then there it goes again. Watching from Miami, good to see you again. Love your haircut. Oh, Donna, thank you so much. Video's fuzzy. Okay, let's see. Hopefully you guys will hang in there on YouTube. I'm going to come over here to Facebook and welcome everybody and see if there's any question. Cheryl, starting your course in November. Awesome, Cheryl. Can't wait to have you. It's going to be super fun. We're going to try to get everybody through the holidays in November and December with our intermittent fasting group. And I'm going to share with you guys what it is that we do as a family with the holidays so that we don't gain that dreaded holiday weight that most Americans do for Thanksgiving. And I mean, it starts in Halloween, unfortunately, and goes through the Thanksgiving and then Christmas. So we're going to do our best to make sure that we all stay on track. And I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that we do traditionally in our family through the holidays. So, so that'll be fun. Starting your course in November. Let's see. Hey, Mary, how are you? Susan, hello. Jean, hello. How's your hip doing, Jean? Crystal, hi. Ingrid, hello. Sheila, hello. Julie, Norco. Julie, how are you guys? Are you affected by the fires up there at all? Sherry from New Mexico here. Welcome, Sherry. Let's see. Vicky, hello. Nicole Eaton, good to see you, girlfriend. Haven't seen you for a while. Yes, my hormones are off balance. Girl, we need to get you back on. You need to just, Nicole, just jump back in the group. You did so good when you were in the course. Jump back in the group and use us to help keep you on track. Faye Houston in the house, welcome. Lisa, hello. Linda, hello. Suzanne, hello. Bobby, hello. Kara's here. Amy's here. And Michael's here. Awesome. Okay, I don't know what's up with the live stream over here on YouTube. It looks fine from my end, but I guess you guys are freezing up on your end. Jennifer, I'm awake and loving listening to you live. Oh, thanks, Jenny. It's good to have you here. I'm glad I'm signed up. So excited. Lena, well, can't wait to have you in our group. Lisa, signing off due to quality, we'll watch later. Oh, you're welcome. Well, if it doesn't turn out good on YouTube, we'll reload it from Facebook because it looks like Facebook is going well. Danielle, I have rapid hot flashes. That can be fixed. Hot flashes are being fixed with intermittent fasting and changing a few things in your nutritional plan and adding in some minerals, and we teach you how to do that in the course. So there's a lot of women who come in with hot flashes and then leave without them, along with leg cramps and and insomnia. Insomnia is a big one of those perimenopausal, menopausal symptoms that we can help you alleviate. You just have to come in and join the course, and then we'll teach you what you need to do. Jennifer, just finishing the course, have lost 14 pounds in the last 2 months, loving it. Awesome, there you go. Jennifer, I don't know if she has any menopausal issues, but I know I was a huge hot flasher, night sweater, leg cramper, and I don't have, and insomnia was horrible, and I don't have any of that anymore, and a lot of it has to do with just what intermittent fasting did for balancing out my hormones. So that's a big thing, and you don't want to cover up those symptoms. All of those things can be fixed with what it is you're doing in your nutritional plan and just some lifestyle changes. So be very wary of some of the medications that a lot of women are being offered to help with insomnia, hot flashes, and leg cramps. It can all be done just by changing some nutritional things in your life. So, and that's all natural. And we want to try to go the all natural route if we can. Any other questions or comments? I feel really scared. I feel like I want to jump off here before this broadcast loses its feed. Susanna, yes, it does start at Halloween, ends with Valentine's Day. Oh yeah, I forgot about Valentine's Day. Hip is better. The injection helped. Miss my bike at Cycle Bar. Be back soon. Yeah, I miss having you over my shoulder, so I can't wait for you to come back, Jean. Here's the thing with, no, I refuse to take pharmaceuticals. Danielle, yeah, you don't need pharmaceuticals. So I actually had some foot cramps and insomnia last night, got up and took more magnesium. Yeah, you got to keep that magnesium on, and then make sure you're watching that sugar at night. The sugar is the thing that really does cause that insomnia. So here's the thing though. When you find out what it takes to get rid of those things, the insomnia, the leg cramps, the night sweats, and you have a good fasting and feasting window, you can jump in and out of that pretty quickly because you have now the experience and the knowledge and the confidence. So I know now if I have some frozen yogurt at night with the family, that night is probably going to be hot flash or night sweat kind of night. And then I just know how to get back into my fast the next day, and then the next night I'm fine. So I know now that if I have a bad night, it's because of something that I chose to do. And the biggest lesson that I've learned through everything that I've done with my own intermittent fasting experience is to let go of the guilt of that and know that as a grown woman, I've just consciously made decisions to include some things in my nutrition. But now I made the connection between what I choose to do and the outcome of it. And when you marry those two things together, what ends up happening is you let go of the guilt and remorse of the actions that you took, and you just self-correct. And I think that's the biggest battle that we I put a banana in my fat shake yesterday. Yeah, that's probably exactly what it is, Yvonne. Bananas are full of sugar, and we just don't make that connection because they're a fruit. And what we really teach is that fruit should be eaten like dessert. And if you're going to eat dessert every day, you're going to face the consequences of what that does for you. And if you understand that, you know, we really don't need as much fruit as people say we do, and you really get control of that and become conscious of taking in that kind of food, then you can correlate your actions with what the results are. And that's really what we like to teach. Danielle, I want to learn as much as I can. I can't even wear makeup or do my hair anymore due to sweating. Danielle, you got to jump in with us, girlfriend. We will help you get fixed. Marina, I've heard it's tough for our bodies to absorb magnesium. What do you know about that? My body's been fine with magnesium. I drink magnesium all day through my mineralized water, and I use Epsom salt bath oils, and I use Epsom salt lotion, and they all have magnesium in it, and I'm fine. So I don't know if it has a problem absorbing it, meaning that it's not able to put it to use, or it has a problem if it has too much. I don't know what you're relating it to, but I do well with magnesium, and I drink it all day, and I have it in my lotion, so I'm fine. But it was just yesterday that I added. I guess I got to stay clear. Yeah, or here's what I do. Sometimes I just take a section of a banana. So what I do is I take bananas when they're kind of brown on the counter, and I'll cut them up in tiny little pieces. And if I want anything in my shake that I use to break my fast, I'll just put a segment of a banana in and not an entire banana, and that seems to help. So you just have to watch how much you're putting in and just utilize the creaminess of it and not have so much of it. Okay, let's see if there's anything else over here on Facebook that I can answer. Where can I get the fat shake recipe? Cheryl, you can look on my YouTube channel and just type in how I break my fast, and that recipe will come up, or Kara will post the link in the Facebook group for you. Hi from Yorba Linda. Hey, Gina, good to have you here. I'm addicted to Lenny and Larry's cookies. Yeah, Deborah, they're good. Just be careful. They're not gluten-free, so if you have gluten issues, just be aware that there's gluten in them. And 1 cookies, 2 servings. So it's a big treat, but everything else in it is good for you. Yes, I have psoriasis too. Yeah, it'll help with all of that. It's just a deep healing, Danielle. So we would love to have you. Does I have help with hot? Yes. Yes, it helps with, okay, remember this about food, blood sugar regulation. How do you feel about resistant starch? I don't know. I haven't really had any issues with anything like that. Does I have help with hot flashes and psoriasis? Yeah, okay, so here is what intermittent fasting does in a nutshell for those of you who haven't been following for very long. When you're in a truly fasted state, meaning that you have no insulin responses, so no glycogen in your system, you've burned it all away through a fasting episode, what happens is your body gets into what is called a healing state. It taps into fat as an energy source because there's no longer sugar readily available to burn. When you're in a deeply or a truly fasted state, is the way we like to call it in our course, you have an opportunity to put your body in a healing state or a balancing state. And so that's what we really strive for. And what we're noticing in our course with women is we teach you how to get into a 20-hour fasting window so you can optimize your truly fasted state for a long enough period of time to kind of tap into that healing process of what fasting does for you. And then when you're in your feasting state, we teach you how to identify nutrient-dense foods that work for you and your body system. And that's really where the healing is coming from. Do you exercise before the end of your fast? I try to. I exercise when it's most convenient for my lifestyle. So I don't really have any rigid guidelines anymore. Today I didn't exercise at all. I took it as a rest day. Tomorrow I'll probably exercise right before I break my fast. But I really do try to fit it in wherever it just works for me in my day. Aurora, hello, I'm brand new to your show as of today and loving it. Aurora in North Carolina. Hey, Aurora, welcome. Make sure you subscribe so that you'll know when we go live. Julie, I've been doing IF since August 1st and joined the August 12th group. I had to play with my eating window and my fasting window and also with what I was eating during my feasting window. I'm still feeling out what works for me, but I'm happy to say I've dropped 8 pounds. Awesome. Not every day is perfect, and I'm still finding my sweet spot, but it's coming. What I do find is that I finally feel in control of my body because I'm getting so much better acquainted with my body. I'm committed to doing this to the long term because I just might be one of the ones that my body takes months to heal. Yeah, remember I always talk about how it took me almost a year to really heal my body because I was so out of whack. And the better and more consistent I got with my fasting and my feasting, the more rapidly I felt my body healing and changing. So consistency and time are the 2 key benefits to fasting. So, you know, always keep that in mind. The more you kind of go deep off, the the harder it is for you to kind of see those benefits. So I say consistency over time is your best resource for fasting and feasting. Is red wine allowed? Yeah, anything's allowed. As long as red wine helps you look and feel your best and live your most authentic life, and you can fit it into your feasting window, everything's allowed. You are the only person that determines what's allowed and what's not allowed for you in your lifestyle. Rhonda, 24 IF is just what I do since joining your course. Awesome. Rhonda, that's the best window for most women. I don't feel any of those menopausal things. Is it normal? Sure. It's normal for you, and that's all that matters. Not every woman goes through the same process of perimenopause and menopause and postmenopause, because every woman is designed differently, just like every woman goes through puberty differently, and childbearing years differently, and childbirth differently, and pregnancy differently. We never have the same two stories. So that means that menopause and perimenopause and postmenopause for all of us is going to be unique too. It's really hard to compare two women and have them be exactly the same. So that's why intermittent fasting should not be followed blindly, and you should not ever follow a fad diet that is so dialed down to be exactly the same way for every person, because that's not reality. That's not how we were designed, and that's not how we're supposed to function. We're supposed to function as individuals, and we're supposed to be able to develop our own way of nurturing and nourishing our bodies, and the only way we can do that is if we become really intimate with ourselves and truly listen very consciously to those signs and signals so that we can adjust accordingly. And that just takes slowing down, throwing out all the rules except for the rules that apply to make sure that you are going to achieve the results that you're looking for. And that's really what we try to teach in the course. And there's no good, bad, or indifferent. It's all what you decide that you want to do for you. So I'm going to jump off of here before we crash and lose our signal for tonight. Make sure if you're interested in joining us for the November course that you get yourself registered. Anyone who registers from this point forward, I believe, Kara, you can correct me if I'm wrong, will be on our November 4th group. We're going to change it up just a little bit for the Thanksgiving holiday because we know that everyone wants a little bit of time to be with their families. We don't expect you to jump into a course every day. So we'll do some modifications to the course, and we're going to add some things that are very specific to the holidays. If you have been in the course in the past, you can jump into the course, even if you're in the alumni course, for what we're doing for the holidays for our basics group. We always leave the course open, so you're always welcome to come back and revisit it anytime that is convenient or necessary for you. That is designed in how we offer our course. So hopefully it'll be a really great time for us to kind of share some of the things that we do for the holidays, and most importantly, support each other through a time that can be very stressful for some people. So we want to make sure that we get through it with some grace and some ease, and some girlfriends that we can kind of lean on and ask for some support from and with. So I will see you guys tomorrow night. It looks like we have a better setup here. It looks like Facebook is on fire, so thank goodness for that. We will work a little bit more on YouTube. It seems like that's still a little bit sketchy, but we'll do our best to get that up and running tomorrow night. So thanks for your patience, you guys, and I will see you tomorrow night back here at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a great night.